What is Pop talking about, man?
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
So obviously, I'm very pro Pop. Okay, I love me some Greg Popovich. I've made a plethora of songs surrounding around Popovich. As corny as they can be, I make them because I just love Pop. Okay, I love him. But man, I am very confused by this. So I'm gonna read this. This is actually what Popovich had to say about getting into the play-in, and boy, I have a take. So let's go straight into this. So this is what Pop had to say. There's a lot to unpack there. Part of it is, it's just not who we are. It's not who I am. I can't operate like that, which might not be the most intelligent overall philosophy to have, and I get that. But we am who we am. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and compete. I think the young players gain a real understanding, philosophical, moral space, where it's the right thing to do to continue to compete. Frankly, I don't know how I would go to my team and say, okay, guys, we're not going to compete the way we should, or how you'd get that across, or with a wink and a nod. I think you do the players a disservice if they're not able to go out and perform at the best of their ability. I think the lessons to be learned are very important as their careers advance. You hope that in the long run, that value they gain from that will help them compete at an even higher level later. I understand the opposite. I just can't do it. Okay. First and foremost, this isn't the first time we've been in this situation. Like, Popovich knows this isn't the first time he's been in this situation. He loves Tim Duncan, and the Spurs really wanted to get Tim Duncan back in the 90s. So this isn't anything new, all right? This is not new territory for us at all. So let me get that out of the way. Now, first and foremost, every single thing that he said, everything he said is completely true. I don't necessarily disagree with it at all. Like, yes, you want the philosophy to win. Popovich has said on record many a times that he wants to give the fans something. Okay, he doesn't want lackluster, performance out there, because he wants the fans to watch and get excited, and they get what they paid for. So I understand it. Like, yes, on a moral sense, I get what he's saying, but in a different sense, I don't get it. I don't understand what he's saying, because he's been through this situation before, and this is, to me, and this is just me, okay? I could be completely wrong, but this is just me. I watch these games, and if you want me to fully believe that Popovich was 120% in to try to win every single game, you're not going to be able to convince me of that, because there were many occasions in which Pop would take out players at certain times. Pop would get a little experimental with lineups in the middle of games, in which, he was definitely rocking the boat just a little bit. So I don't necessarily 100% agree that Pop didn't have in the back of his head, maybe a few of these it'll be okay to lose. Now, I know that you can't really have your cake and eat it too. I get it. But at the same time, to me, I feel like Pop has had kind of 1 foot into the full-on tank and 1 foot out of the tank. And whether that's a good thing or bad thing, I don't know. You be the judge. But it is what it is. But this whole thought that this is something that we've never done and that this is something that he just can't do, to me, this is post-talk justifying. The team, Popovich said already, yes, he's not going to go to the team. He's not going to just tell them to lose. And I completely agree with that. I completely understand where he's coming from with that. But there's been some lineups where I question, certain things. Players getting out of the game at certain times. It's been kind of sussy-wussy at times with Pop. But overall, no, this is complete post-talk justifying. We're in the play-in now. And what else are you going to do? Obviously, you would talk about the philosophy. I think Pop does go into these games attempting to win. And I will say this, and this might sound like a little contradictory or a little weird, but I think that for this season, I think Pop went into it with, no, whoever's out there, you play your hardest and you try to win. I believe him 100% that he did not tell his team to tank. Yeah, I 100% understand that. I get it. But at the same time, I think that Pop said, whoever's out there, play your hardest. whoever's out there. Whoever's out there, play your hardest. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he changed it up where it's like, okay, I'm gonna put this player in here at this time, this player in this here at this time. It might not work out for us, and that's not a bad thing. But if you're out there, you better play your hardest. I think that's really what Pop did this season, which, sure enough, I think that's probably, maybe, possibly the best way to go about it in Pop's position with these players. They want to play hard. He wants to kind of give them that good philosophy of always working hard no matter what, and you know, just being moral about the whole thing. I understand. I completely agree with that and understand. And I do want to say this. Let me point this out before we just end this segment. Let me just say this, okay? Pop is a coach, and these are players, and I am a fan. And with me being a fan, I would be lying if I said that I wouldn't be okay with us just getting a lottery pick, because I'm a fan. I'm not necessarily saying that Popovich is completely wrong. I'm not saying the players are wrong to play hard. That's so silly. Like, obviously, you want them to have that philosophy to play hard. Like, that's good. It's going to help them individually in the long run. And maybe, you know, it help us in the long run if, you know, a lot of them stick around. But me as a fan, I want a dynasty. I want another San Antonio Spurs dynasty. I feel like our organization have a lot of good guys in it. I think Pop is a really nice guy, a really good guy. I think the players seem like really good guys in comparison to other players around the league. Like, they seem pretty genuine, pretty cool. At the very least, pretty cool. So I want the best for the franchise. I absolutely love the San Antonio Spurs, and I want a dynasty. And the only way that you can get a dynasty when you're a small market team, we don't have the luxury of the Lakers. We don't have the luxury of the Warriors, even though the Warriors create their own dynasty, but we still don't have the ability to bring in Kevin Durant. We can't do that. We got to do it from the ground up. And I'm not completely sold, and I think this is where I'm divided on other fans. I'm not completely sold that the players that we have right now are absolute world beaters, that every single one of them are going to become superstars. I'm not sold on that. I'm huge on Josh Primo. I think he's going to be great. I'm big on Devin Vassell. I think he's going to be great. But at the end of the day, there are certain players that come into the league, superstar. I mean, second season, superstar. So I just don't think that we've seen that. And I think that the best way for us to go about it is in the draft. Get the best possible player we could get. And with that sometimes comes really short, you know, sacrifices. I do not mind losing now if it means that we can win later. And that's just my philosophy on it. Pop, love you. But this is most definitely, in my opinion, just post talk justifying the play-in. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one, boss. But anyways, you guys let me know what you think. Do you agree with Pop? I think a lot of you guys actually do agree with this, but just let me know what you think, man. I agree with them, and I also don't. I'm still a fan at the end of the day. I'll give it to you guys later. Until next time. Deuces.